Hello and welcome to the video. Before we get started, if you'd like to provide input on future content and get our weekly newsletter, click on our survey. The link will be below. We also have a report on Ethereum 2, along with a bonus report on why you should learn Solidity now. Again, the link will be below. Now on to the video, and thank you. Okay, so what I'm going to do tonight is kind of get a little, basically get the environment set up and get the things set up so we can actually do something. So what I did is I took the simplest example from here, from the, let's see, we're in the testweave. The simplest example from the testweave, and let me show you, basically, so they had this little example where they had constant Arweave init, testweave init with the Arweave JSON, and then that's all they did. Well, that's not going to run on its own, and I had to play with it a little. So, first thing is I looked at some of the examples that we had, and let's see if I can find something to show you in the tests. So we had import Arweave. So I knew I needed to import that, and testweave I also needed to import because that's the library we're using. Now the way I found that is, let me see if by looking at the package.json for testweave SDK. And as you can see, this is the name and this is the version. That's important because if you look at the package I basically did a dependency. Now, the other thing is I stole a lot of stuff from the Solana client because I knew that was a working client. So that's where the start comes from. And the dev dependencies. And I found that I needed those in order to get it to work. I don't know if I need all of this, but I just copied them all in. We certainly would need TS Node and TypeScript. I would say, not sure of how many of these we needed, but I just grabbed them. And that's something you can play with later on. So, what am I doing here? What am I doing? I'm messing something up. Okay. So that's our package JSON. And I had to make it an actual, this is the initialized JS and main, ignore those, and pack save. That's some stuff I was saving when I was playing around. The other thing you have to do, of course, is run npm install, because what that's going to do is it's going to pull all the dependencies. So that'll make sure you have everything. And let's look again at main TS. So I basically took the main from what was in Solana, and if you look, I use basically the main method and put the stuff we were going to do, the testweave and this, and then I add a console log done so I know if it actually finished. And then their little execution there, main.then, process exit, etc. So I basically stole that from here. and then it can do the initialization. So it creates the JSON here, the object. It passes it to testweave, and then what it's going to do is it's going to then print done. So let's, wrong window. And all we have to do, just like with the Solana, npm run start, done. So that puts us in a good situation. And what that's going to allow us to do is, let's go back here. That is going to allow us to then do some of these other examples, like creating a transaction and signing it, publishing and interacting with SmartWeave contract, and that's what we really want to do. So that's where you can, you're going to have to, of course, then add SmartWeave, and we can start integrating these things and take it from there. I am not sure what this, where FS, okay, so, so they give you, so we're going to be doing this in coming days, but the key thing today was to just get something set up so that we got our package, we got our imports, so we can at least connect. And we're doing that, and then we can start importing stuff from SmartWeave and everything else, and we're going to have to obviously modify the package JS to a package JSON to include the SmartWeave. And we can take care of it the same way, find out which version, and then everything else that we need to do. So anyway, hopefully this is kind of get you a start and see some of the considerations, making sure the package JSON is set up right, getting the main set up, and making sure that you run the node, the npm install, and you import the dependencies, and set up the start script, which was the very simply just telling it to run tsnode.main.js. And the node engine has to be greater than this. So that is basically getting us started on being able to actually talk to Arweave using testweave and SmartWeave, smart contracts. So again, hopefully this has been helpful, and I will speak to you next time. Take care.